When I ship your statues to Olympus, maybe that will get my point across even better.
Hello, there will be spoilers for the third episode of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. The history of Medusa and Athena in Percy Jackson revealed, the real reason for her Gorgon transformation. In Percy Jackson and the Olympians, Medusa is presented as a tragic figure who turned into a Gorgon as a result of her connection with Athena. Medusa, played by Jessica Parker Kennedy in Percy Jackson and the Olympians. The terrible past Medusa had with Athena and Poseidon is highlighted in Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Because of his father's involvement in the war between Medusa and Athena, Medusa is attracted to Percy. In the Percy Jackson universe, the Olympian gods don't give a damn about mortals or even their own offspring. They are solely interested in themselves. With a past that intertwines Athena and Poseidon with the beginning of her Gorgon transformation, Medusa, a Greek mythological creature, is given a sad twist in Percy Jackson and the Olympians. It should come as no surprise that Medusa, a well-known creature from Greek mythology, appears in Percy Jackson Episode 3. In Rick Riordan's books, Percy and his pals meet Medusa while on their adventure, and in the film, the Gorgon makes an appearance. Disney's Percy Jackson series, on the other hand, alters Medusa in a way that encourages viewers to sympathize with her even as she betrays Percy and his comrades. Percy is tempted to give Medusa the benefit of the doubt, even though Annabeth doesn't trust her from the minute she, Grover, and Percy encounter the Gorgon. Episode 3 of Percy Jackson's We Visit the Garden Gnome Emporium features the core protagonists of the show having dinner with Medusa. As she shares her tale with them, she makes it clear that she has no ill will towards Percy or Annabeth because of their parents. She believes that her hazardous ability to turn anyone she glimpses into stone is due to both Poseidon and Athena. As a mortal priestess to Athena, Medusa eventually dedicated her life to celibacy. Percy and his friends are informed by Medusa that she is Annabeth. Jessica Parker Kennedy once appeared in Percy Jackson and the Olympians Episode 3 as Medusa, wearing a white veil over her face. Annabeth expresses her mistrust of the Gorgon out loud when Percy and his companions visit Medusa's residence. Medusa tells the young demigods that she was once in Annabeth's position and asserts that she doesn't hold Annabeth responsible for what her mother did to her. If Medusa's story is accurate, she worshipped Athena before turning into a Gorgon. Medusa prayed to the goddess and gave herself over to her, even after she did not respond, just as Annabeth is committed to her mother without end. The primary trio of Percy Jackson is told by Medusa, Athena was everything to me. Furthermore, this is consistent with the Greek mythology about Medusa's genesis. As Medusa implies in Percy Jackson and the Olympians, she was a priestess of Athena, according to the Roman poet Ovid via the Metropolitan Museum of Art. She even declined a romantic relationship with her childhood sweetheart, opting to live a celibate life in the goddess' honor, according to mythological history. Ultimately, Medusa broke her word, which is why Athena cursed her. Percy and the others are informed by Medusa that she decided I would never be seen again by anyone who would live to tell the tale. Medusa's transformation into a monster was caused by Annabeth's mother, but Percy's father also had a hand in it. Poseidon tempted Medusa in Athena's temple, which the goddess accepted as a sacrifice. This explains Medusa's intense fascination with Percy Jackson. In the Percy Jackson television series, Toby Stephens portrays a dejected Poseidon. Given that Poseidon, the person who caused the separation between Medusa and Athena in Greek mythology, is Percy Jackson's father, Medusa feels a particular affinity for him. As Medusa reveals in We Visit the Garden Gnome Emporium, Poseidon tempted her when she was still faithful to Athena. He made her feel recognized and cherished despite her vow of chastity, and she caved in to his advances, which Athena found extremely offensive. Athena transformed Medusa into a Gorgon with snakes for hair and a lethal look as a result of this transgression. This is also consistent with some mythologies, while some versions of Medusa's tale imply that Poseidon coerced her into submission. Athena's deeds become even more vicious in these renditions, but Percy Jackson doesn't delve too far into this interpretation of the legend. Rather, the main focus is on Medusa's relationship with Poseidon. By doing this, the Gorgon is able to relate to Percy's mother and emphasize the main critique of the Olympian gods in the Disney series. Highlights of Medusa's past: the greatest attack on the Olympian gods in Percy Jackson Season 1. The gods don't give a damn about other people. By the end of Percy Jackson Episode 3, Medusa has turned against Percy and Annabeth, but her tale still exposes a significant issue with the Olympian gods. Athena punishes Medusa in the Disney Plus adaptation of her story for being with Poseidon, but she has no animosity against Percy's father. This makes Athena's acts all the more terrible because they play out similarly in mythology when Poseidon rapes Medusa. In the Percy Jackson universe, Poseidon's actions and Athena's punishment serve as further evidence that the Greek gods are self-centered. They do not consider the lives of mankind, not even their own children. This is something that Percy and his companions discover on their adventure, and it was alluded to in the first few episodes of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Some of the children are left unclaimed by the gods, and they make no special effort to shield their offspring from the creatures that pursue them. Examples are Luke's resentment of Hermes and Thalia's destiny. The central theme of Percy Jackson and the Olympians Season 1 is Zeus' wrath against a kid, and Poseidon refuses to assist Percy in his efforts to avert a war. The program will keep addressing this dilemma as it progresses. Thank you for watching.